Hi there, I'm Dale Mathis, and today you're going to learn how to play your first accordion song in just minutes. Okay, yes, just minutes. And so first we're going to identify some basic things. In your right hand, you're going to need 3 fingers, a thumb, a second finger, and a third finger. And in your left hand, you're going to need a second finger and a third finger. So this is a 5-finger song. How about that? And you're going to need an accordion. So the accordion that I am using today is a piano accordion because it's got piano keys on the right hand side, and it's got a bunch of buttons on the left hand side. In this case, it has 72 buttons, and I'm going to throw in a chart here so that you can see what the names of these buttons are. But we're going to start with the left hand. So let's bring the camera down. And if you look at this, you will see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rows of buttons. And the one that I am playing with my middle finger here, my third finger, it's got a little indent in it. Now, if you find an accordion that's got a jewel in it, that might help you also. And that sound, bass sound, is the same sound as you will get from playing a C key on your right hand. So let's look at this. C follows the alphabet. C, D, E. And that's all I need today is C, D, E. Or 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Sounds like 3 blind mice, right? 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. Or in the case of my song that I'm teaching today, it's called Bluebirds. Bluebirds, bluebirds, love your sweet songs. Okay, so how many minutes are we in? Not too many, right? Just a couple minutes. All right, so the thing about the accordion that I'm using today, it's a digital accordion, and I've got the bellows turned off, so I don't have to mess with trying to figure out what the bellows do. But if you've got an accordion that has acoustic and needs to pump air through it, well, then you're going to have to learn to pull those bellows out or push them in if you want the notes to play. But in the case of this Roland that I'm using today, I have the bellows turned off because it's just one less thing that you have to learn to mess with. And I have learned from my studio students that learning the bellows is an issue for the very first because you're struggling with this thing. It's moving all over the place and you don't know what's going on. But anyhow, I have an advantage today using this Roland because I've got the bellows turned off. Okay, so let's go back to the lesson. There is a very simple piece of sheet music that I'm going to post in this video, and the sheet music will just be a graph that you can use. It's symbology that you can use to help figure out what am I talking about. All right, so we're going to go into it. And so here's my song. It has, what do we call this, measures. So it actually has 16 notes in the right hand, and it starts with your third finger. Get my third finger in there. And I'm going to put it on an E key, and you can tell because if you look at this keyboard, you will see that there's 2 black keys and 3 black keys. And down here there's another group, 2 black keys, 3 black keys. Well, just for simplicity, I'm going to use this group because we're not being very formal here about getting the right note names on the right parts of the keyboard. So I'm going to start with my third finger, and it's going to play an E, or a third finger, and then my thumb on a C. Third finger on an E, And if I sing that along, it goes blue birds. And then if you're looking at the piece of sheet music as a guide, it's the next line, line 2, you use your second finger and it's love your, and then third finger, sweet songs. And then on the next line, the third line of the tune, it's a repeat of the very first line, so it goes blue birds. And the fourth line of the tune is love your sweet songs. So that's the melody. You need 3 fingers for the right hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And for the left hand now, we've got to find in this row there is an indent. Now if you only have a 12 bass accordion where there's only 12 basses over here, it's going to be pretty simple. There are only 6 button rows going up and down and 6 chord rows going up and down. On a larger accordion, you may have 24 buttons over here, you may have 36 buttons over here, you may have 48 buttons over here, you may have 60 buttons over here. This particular accordion, there are 72, and on even larger accordions there are 96 or 120, or if it's ridiculously large, it'll have 140 basses over here. But we're not going to mess with all that kind of stuff today. So we're going to take that third finger and we're going to make that sound. And you can match that on your accordion to know that you're in the right place. And in the right hand, when I play this note, in the right hand, when I put my thumb next to those 2 black keys, it's going to have a similar sound. And they match when you play them together. Very nice. So now the next trick is you've got to get a curve to your fingers. You see, I'm not doing this. I've got the curve. It's the curve, okay? And you're going to push down with your third finger. You're going to get that one with the indent, the C. And with your second finger, you're going to tuck it in back here and play the C chord button, C major chord button. And when you push them together, very sweet. And in the next segment of this lesson, we're going to learn how to get very scary and move your fingers up 1 complete row of bass buttons to get the G chord. And move it back down to get the C chord. Do it again, the G chord, and the C chord. And when you're getting super, super fancy, we're going to learn to make a rhythm where we go kind of like waltz time. And very scary, jump up to the G, back to the C. Okay, so time isn't wasting here. Let's get to this. So we're going to play the melody to our song again. It's third finger, 3, 1, 3, 1, love, 2, second finger, 3, 1. Third line of the tune, 3, 1, 3, 1. Second finger, love your third finger. Sweet songs. Okay, let's do that again. And this time, I'm going to sing the words. Blue birds, love your sweet songs. Blue birds, love your sweet songs. Okay, so we got the right hand. Now let's get the left hand. So we're going to use that third finger again and get the bass note in and get the chord and hold them together. And so here we go. Let's put the whole thing together. 3, 1, 3, 1. Now I got to switch to the G chord in the left hand. 2, 2, back to the C chord. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. G chord over here in the left hand, and second finger over here. Second finger. Okay, from the top, here we go. Blue birds, love your sweet songs. Blue birds, love your sweet song. Almost made a mistake there and hit the E instead of the C. Okay, let's do it one more time. Blue birds, love your sweet songs. Blue birds, love your sweet songs. And if you do what we just did 400 times, yes, 400 times, you will have this song memorized and you will hear it in your sleep and you'll go away. Okay, so now let's make it very fancy. When you are way beyond your first lesson, you're probably 6 weeks into lessons, and now instead of holding those notes in the left hand, we're going to play a rhythm with them. So it's going to go third finger, second finger, bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, chord, and switch the chord to the G, so you move it up. Bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, chord. Okay, so that's the left hand. All the technique that you need to know weeks down the road. And here we go. Put the whole thing together again with a rhythm so you can waltz to this. Okay, so how are we doing on time? We're still in minutes, right? Okay, so there's going to be a next segment, and in this segment I'm going to turn off the automatic or the what's called fixed bellows function on the accordion so that I have to make the bellows work, and you'll see that motion happening. Okay, so be right back. Okay, so I'm back at you, and now we have to make the bellows work. So let's show you what's happening. First thing that you've got up here in the accordion, there's a little button that's called the air button. You push that in, and when it's pushed in, the bellows breathe. And you can use that to help you get the bellows in a position where you can handle the accordion. All right, so normally we leave that alone, but when you're playing with using the bellows, then we have to go. Now, this is a very tight accordion. I have a student who has a very inexpensive 8-bass accordion, and that accordion is kind of miserable because you got to pull the bellows way out, and the accordion uses so much air, so it's really working against that student. But in this accordion, it's very tight, so you don't have to move the bellows very much. So here we go. Let's take a look at it. So C bass and chord. G bass and chord. C bass and chord. Again, C bass. G bass. Okay, so I just played the whole left hand to this song. So now I'm going to use the air button, close, and let's do it with the bass chord. C bass. G bass. C bass. C bass. G bass. C bass. Okay, so now I'm going to play the whole song using the bass and chord notes just pushed down. And here we go. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 because this is a waltz. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. G bass. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. End. And that's the end of the song. Okay, one more segment. Okay, we got one more segment, and in this segment I'm going to play the masterwork version of this song, where we've got rhythm in the left hand, I'm using the bellows, and you can see me do my master performance. So let's bring this down just a little bit, okay? And here we go. Ta-da! Okay. I know you can learn to do this in minutes. Yes, you can learn to do this in minutes. And for further information, please do go to my website. It's DaleMathisAccordion.com. Let's put that in there. DaleMathisAccordion.com. And when you go to that website, you will find that there are 500 pieces of free accordion sheet music for teaching and for performance. And you will also find that you will find more than 60 free accordion lesson videos. So if you can't find a teacher in your area, why don't you use my free videos? If you can find a teacher in your area, well, that's really great, because there's nothing better than one-on-one and the teacher saying, but they don't use pencils anymore. You know the old story about piano teachers and the nuns that whacked your fingers with pencils? No, we don't do that anymore. So, all right, I hope you learned a little bit from this. I hope you have an accordion. If you don't, we can fix that too. If you look at my website, DaleMathisAccordion.com, that's where you'll find that this little Roland accordion, which is a 14-pound instrument, we've got those for sale. And my dealer is Craft Music in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So thanks so much for participating and coming along on this ride with me, and I hope to see you again.